When you're a world leader, you need to be able to get to the other side of the world at a moment's notice. Whether they're going to meet with diplomats, sign important documents, or just make a media appearance, there's no way they're sitting next to you in coach. They're flying in some serious style that could only be fit for a king. So get your passports ready, because today we're taking a look at the most expensive private planes of world leaders. Russia. Vladimir Putin's flying Kremlin is his preferred method of aerial transportation, and it should come as no surprise why. Costing a grand total of $550 million, Putin's presidential plane is an Ilyushin IL-96-300 jet, and it is a dream come true. Because the flying Kremlin also serves as a mobile office, it comes equipped with the most advanced communication systems money can buy, to be used as a management center to contact anyone, anywhere, anytime. It's even got a line to the military, so Putin can command troops in case of an unexpected attack. And while communication systems are important, things get exciting when you take a look at the interior decor. It has a neoclassical fit-out, with luxurious rugs throughout the cabin, and famous Russian tapestries hanging from the walls, all lined with gold. Of course, there's the conference room, dining room, galley with gourmet meals, and master suite, but Putin's plane also comes with a fully stocked bar, a personal gym, and probably the best feature, a gold-plated toilet. United Kingdom. The RAF Voyager, once used as a refueling jet, was given a $12.9 million makeover and repurposed as the UK Prime Minister's VIP aircraft. The refurbished Voyager is modelled after the Airbus A330 and is outfitted with 58 business seats to transport government officials and guests. More interesting, however, is that the plane will be used not just to get Prime Minister Boris Johnson from A to B, but the royal family as well. And it will even still be used as a refueling plane for when neither one is on board. According to the government, the move to use this as a multi-purpose jet will save taxpayers almost $1 million a year on private charters. And while the original plane was a drab grey colour, Boris Johnson more recently had it repainted red, white and blue to represent the Union Jack flag and the country as a whole, as it flies through the sky. And while the details of the interior have been kept a secret for security reasons, one can only imagine what it looks like if it's literally fit for a queen. China. While Xi Jinping, the General Secretary of China, doesn't have a personal plane, that doesn't mean he's not well taken care of. Jinping flies around in one of two Boeing 747-400s belonging to Air China, and together they're worth a grand total of $500 million. What makes this arrangement interesting, however, is that these Boeing models are also used for commercial passenger flights. But as soon as the General Secretary needs to fly, each airplane is meticulously examined by his private security service. The entire process could take a few weeks to ensure his safety. Once the coast is clear, the aircraft is completely refitted, removing the typical passenger seats and replacing them with a living room, office, and private bedroom. Unfortunately for the rest of us, Air China holds the interiors of their presidential plane a well-kept secret, and details are never shared with the public. And while it may come off as odd that a head of state doesn't have their own personal aircraft, one was being prepared and refitted for Jinping, but the project was scrapped due to onboard security issues. North Korea. Although he assumed power in 2011, North Korea's Kim Jong-un did not make his first international flight until 2018, when he met with China's Xi Jinping. So how did he travel? Well, he took to the skies in a Soviet-made Ilyushin 62, which he nicknamed Cheme-1, after the country's national bird and species of hawk. The plane's exterior takes a minimalist approach, simply painted white with North Korea's full name on both sides and the red star of the flag on the tail. This plane stands apart from the rest because it was originally designed in 1963, making it the oldest on our list. And while the Chang'e 1 isn't making non-stop international trips around the globe, it is still capable of flying 10,000 kilometers at a time. And despite its age, the interiors have been updated for a more modern look that keeps up with the North Korean leader's taste and style. And maybe even more importantly for the 37-year-old leader is that Chang'e 1 does allow smoking on board. And while he does have a strong interest in flying planes himself, we have yet to see Kim Jong-un in the cockpit while it takes flight. Saudi Arabia. When it comes to wealth, no one can beat the royal family of Saudi Arabia. Altogether, they've amassed a fortune of about $1 trillion. And while they have a whole fleet of planes that rival mansions, the crown jewel of the country's leader is his private Boeing 747. Prince Al Walid bought the private aircraft in 2003 for $485 million, which for him is nothing. But when he first purchased it, it wasn't at all up to his standards. So he had it remodeled and refitted to look more like the palaces he's used to living in. While the leader of a country typically uses their airplane for the purpose of business, this is more of a home in the sky. There are multiple luxurious bedrooms and full bathrooms, a dining area that seats 14, lounges, a large chandelier, and gold trim everywhere. Oh, and since he's a prince, he can't forget his throne. That's right, there is a throne room aboard the Saudi prince's Boeing 747 to remind him that wherever he goes, he's royalty. Brunei. The Sultan of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah, is one of the richest ruling monarchs in the world, amassing his wealth through oil. He obviously has a whole fleet of aircraft, but his biggest and best is the Boeing 747-430. He paid $100 million just to buy the aircraft and spent another $120 million to outfit it more to his liking. This Boeing looks more like an exotic 5-star hotel room than it does a personal aircraft. The private master bedroom and bathrooms are lined with gold and lalique crystal, and the sink is gold-plated. The hallways are lined with gorgeous carpeting and lacquered wood, and much of the furniture on board has an aqua blue upholstery, keeping up with royal colors. The Sultan is also a registered pilot, and it's not uncommon to see him flying his own luxury aircraft. Germany. In 2018, Germany's Angela Merkel had to fly commercial because of mechanical issues on her private plane. But in 2020, her new Airbus A350-900 XWB, better known as Merkel 1, was delivered. The new Merkel 1 comes with more efficient Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines and provides a 25% better fuel burn, leaving behind a much smaller carbon footprint than its previous iterations. It also boasts a range of 9,000 nautical miles and can fly to any capital city non-stop. And because the aircraft was delivered during 2020, many of its cabins were built with safety and privacy in mind in order to stop the spread of any viruses. But plans have been set in motion for more spacious cabins throughout that will be optimal spaces for holding board meetings. And like many other planes on this list, this Merkel 1 includes a missile defense system. India. Known as the Queen of the Skies, the Boeing 747 is an incredibly popular model. And while less and less are being used as commercial passenger aircraft, it's still a popular choice for heads of state, which is why it's Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's airplane of choice. And while it's part of the regular fleet of the state-owned airline Air India, he can call upon it at any time, and his security team will have it checked and refitted for him. Once the president steps on board, the call sign immediately becomes Air India 1. While much of the interior details are unknown to the public, it does have multiple defense features, including a radar jammer and missile countermeasure systems. But what's really cool is that aviation enthusiasts can track the jet, as the registration has been made public as VT-ESO. Mexico. It's not every day that a presidential plane hits the market, But that's exactly what happened in 2020 with Mexico's VIP aircraft. The asking price for the Boeing 787 Dreamliner started at $130 million. This aircraft in particular is more suited to support government operations and is outfitted accordingly. There are plenty of conference tables and upright seating areas where advisors, officials, and even reporters can congregate and get some work done in between destinations. And while the cabin's layout resembles a commercial airliner, the seats are far more luxurious and offer more space than coach can. In fact, the aircraft looks like every section is first class. Of course, there's a private presidential suite that offers a much larger bed than you typically find in a business class suite. There's also a private bathroom that offers a full-length marble sink countertop and an enormous standing shower, so he can freshen up before meeting the next dignitary. But then, why has the Mexican government put this luxurious aircraft up for sale? Well, taking office in 2018, Mexico's current president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, prefers to fly on commercial planes to cut government spending. France. France is known for romance, poetry, and its overall sophistication, and the presidential plane is no exception. This modified Airbus A330-200 comes complete with an ensuite bedroom, gourmet kitchen, and a soundproof room that fits up to 12. It's the perfect place to make negotiations away from prying eyes and ears, or to have a more intimate presidential-style party. French President Emmanuel Macron has his own master bedroom with a full bathroom and shower, while his guests can wait in the conference room that fits 60 VIPs. The Airbus also acts as the French president's flying command center, where he can send encrypted messages to his team on the ground safely. United States. Probably the most recognized VIP aircraft in the world is the United States President's Air Force One. It served American presidents for decades and is a winged White House. And while any aircraft carrying the president uses the call sign Air Force One, the current aircraft is the Boeing 747-200, more commonly referred to as the VC-25A. The plane comes with plenty of defense systems to keep everyone safe, including a radar jammer, countermeasures to disrupt heat-seeking missiles, and it holds extensive communications facilities with the most up-to-date hardware. The VC-25A can also be refueled mid-flight, so it can stay in the air as long as it needs to. And while Air Force One serves more of a functional purpose, it still offers 4,000 square feet with plenty of lounges, conference rooms, a hospital, 2 galleys serving gourmet food, and the presidential suite. 2 new Air Force Ones have recently been ordered that will cost the United States $3.9 billion. These 747-8s will set the standard for presidential aircraft. To learn more about this new aircraft, you can watch our in-depth video about the new Air Force One by pressing the video in the top right. So, whether it's a palace with wings or a state-owned aircraft, the leaders of the world are flying around in some expensive and luxurious planes. But is there another world leader with a private plane who deserves a spot on this list? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Remember to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to Insane Luxury if you want to see more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.